What's up, guys? It's Jenny Rain. I'm just here to bring you home to yourself and to share myself with you. So I am just raw dogging it today. No lights, no stand. My son broke my stand, so I'm just gonna prop it up here. I look halfway terrible, but it is what it is, and we got beautiful lighting outside because it's a beautiful day. So I just want to come on just to share, I guess. I always say it's not going to be a long one, but we'll see where it goes. Yeah, I wanted to share because I have been feeling really heavy, and it's literally been within the last few hours where I've felt a little bit better. Like, I have felt heavy these past few days, and it started off with me feeling like I was homesick. I was just like, I've been here for so long and everything's felt so uncomfortable for so long, And then me being homesick cracked me open to the deeper feelings and the deeper issues. So I have been feeling heavy, and I'll break it into two parts because I feel like some of this might relate to y'all, or maybe I've got two different groups who it relates to, or it might just be that you are in the same space as myself and the same thing is going on. So I've been feeling heavy for two reasons. One is everything that I've carried up until this point was still on my back. And because I am an optimist and I can fool myself and I like to see the world through, I wouldn't even say rose-colored glasses, rainbow-colored glasses, I'm naturally that pick-me-up, strong person, So it's like I can fool myself sometimes. And I didn't realize how much I've been holding on my back and not putting down up until this point. All the, responsibilities that I've been taking on and the roles that I've been playing. And it's just like, it got heavy. And I didn't realize that within myself, I was struggling, because I just said onward, let's go. You know what I mean? I just kept fucking going. But then I got the whole camp on my back. And picking up more, and putting extra pressure and guilt and shame when I wasn't keeping up with all of that on my back. To my standards, anyway. That is one side of it, yeah? So maybe you're in that group. You might be in this group as well. Let's see. So these are both things that are happening inside of me, So I had the weight of everything and not putting anything down. But then I also had this self-inflicted side. The side where my mind was so analytical. And that mixed with the amount of self-awareness and awareness around me that I have, plus this fact that I have I've had a lot of time to myself as well, which is amazing. But having more time to yourself, and I don't know, you can tell me in the comments if you agree, having more time to myself, being alone, has caused me to be hyper aware. And having the hyper awareness with the analytical mind, plus all of that, like extra high hopes and optimism and seeing the world through this happy-go-lucky lens, we can do it. We can always do it, That was self-inflicting because all of my passion that runs deep, mixed with overanalyzing my life, caused this intensity. It caused me to look at my life very intensely. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I mean, I'm on the cusp. I'm the first day of Scorpio. I worked it out on my chart. I think I was like 40 minutes away from being Libra, being my big three. But I am very, very much a Scorpio. And I think that does not help with the amount of intensity that I was bringing into my life. Because of all the passion that I have, I wanted to see things through in a specific way. I want to see them through and I want to see them thrive. And then it's something in me, like, which is funny because I don't really have Virgo in my chart, but I do relate to Virgo people in the sense of like the high standards and like breaking things down. And I don't know, maybe because I grew up with two parents that are OCD as well. Like, you know, it's all of the analytical, critical, trying to get things perfect, like lining things up perfectly. And I've spoken about this in past videos, you know what I mean? About how the mind can just, it tries to just structure and organize. And do you get what I'm saying? So I am still going through the learning of embodying that. And something in me feeling heavy, you know, this moment of feeling really heavy and feeling really emotional and feeling a little bit out of control with that, was bringing me back to a different perspective of learning how to embody letting go of the mind, stepping away from the mind and the ego. You know, I really hope that makes sense, because it does in my head. And sometimes I feel like my words don't come out the way that they are coming out in my head. And I'm sure that's it for everybody. But, you know, I wish I could just take my brain and put it online so you can see it. But it is what it is. You can't do that. So, but yeah, I've been feeling really heavy. And literally up until the last few hours. And now, because I'm feeling better, I'm deciding to show up. And this is me showing up because of the fact that I want to start showing up for myself. In all of that, and all of that heaviness, it's also showed me that I wasn't showing up for myself. I wasn't checking in with myself. I was doing so many things trying to, you know, fulfill this self-imposed purpose and, you know, all these high standards. And I was just trying to see things through and trying to flourish them, that I was drowning them in things that I didn't even want. I didn't stop to ask what I wanted or what I needed. So I guess this message is around checking in with yourself. I'm gonna guess that anybody who has found this has, especially if you found it and you're not subscribed and you haven't seen me before, that's probably like a massive confirmation that this has something in it for you. But even for the people who have found me and who are still watching the video up until this point, whether you're subscribed or not, I feel like it's a takeaway here about making sure that you are checking in with self and making sure that you're asking yourself the right questions, you know, like actually really leaning into what is it that I want, like being specific about how you want to feel and where you want to go. Do you know what I mean? Especially how you want to feel, though. This is the main thing. And what is it that you need in that moment to feel more of what you're trying to feel? You know, taking care of yourself, really focusing on yourself and calling that power back, you know, because this as well, I'm learning so much right now, you know, I'm really learning so much. But with this season for myself as well, it's like I'm realizing the lesson here is also the fact that I exert a lot of energy, that I have a lot of energy, but I exert a lot of energy and I'm constantly flowing outward. It's guiding me to recognize that. It's guiding me to see this so that I can make sure that I'm honing in on my own power as well, to make sure that I'm pouring it back into myself. And I don't mean just a little treat here and there. I mean like every day, changing your mindset and changing your mind's script by implementing questions constantly in the fact of like, what do I need in this moment? Okay, 5 minutes later, okay, what do I need in this moment? Okay, what do I need or want that's going to help me to feel more of this in that moment? And it's just like, why don't we learn these things? Do you know what I mean? Like, I wish we learned these things from young, because it's a whole reparenting, as well as it's kind of like it's building a relationship with yourself that is the parent, that is the child, that is the best friend, that is the love partner. It's like it's building every single relationship that you're looking for outside of yourself. You're building that with yourself by recreating rather, swapping out those mental scripts and making sure that you're constantly asking yourself the right questions and checking in with your deepest needs, you know, not desires, things that your desire always gives me this thing of like you're deeply wanting something. It's like a yearning, you know, like it's far away from you. What do you need? What is crucial? Like what is dire, you know? So anyway, look, I'm gonna leave it there. I might make a video a bit later on. Yeah, once my son's asleep, I might make a video a bit later on. I really hope this has helped somebody, at least made you think about how you can serve yourself a little bit more, how you can take all of that wonderful power that you've got and pour back into yourself, or even if it's just helped you through how to sit with your emotions, you know, how to really sit with your emotions and just know that when you're in that moment where you're feeling heavy, it's not for you to dissect, it's for you to feel, but understand in your mind that it's only that moment and that moment does not define you and that it is necessary. It's just like the rest of the learning process of life. It's necessary. But yeah, I love y'all. I hope all this made sense. I hope that it has touched you somewhere. Like and subscribe if you feel called to. And I'll see you in the next one. I love you so much.